Hi and welcome back again on this new video. In this video we are going to actually I'll show you how to actually plot a dashboard. So this is the kind of dashboard I want to come up with, something that looks similar to this dashboard right here. And to do so, and I will assume that you already have you have plotted your vision, like the one we have here, like a donut, like this bar chart and so on. So that you already come up with something like this. You have different visuals in your sheet, and then you want to build a dashboard, right? So that's what actually this video is about, guiding you in how to build a dashboard, when you already have your visual set up, right? So to do that, the first thing that you need to do in Tableau when you want to build a dashboard, you see we have you have an empty space here, right? There is nothing right here, but we already have our different sheets right here that we want to use to build all this dashboard. I already have an idea of the kind of dashboard I want to build, because like I told you, this is something similar we want to build, right? And this dashboard has like 9 different components. So we have like 3 visual here, 3 KPIs, and then the last, at the bottom here we have 3 different visuals. That's exactly the same thing we want to do. So the dashboard has 9 different components. So in each we have 3. So the first thing you need to do when you want to build a dashboard is come up with the title. You give it a title at the top and so on. So the first thing I'm going to do here, I'm going to put an horizontal here. So this is kind of dark my background, right? This is the first thing I'm going to put. The second thing I'm going to put in here is is the title. So we can put a vertical in here at the top, and then I'll put the title. This is one of it, right? The other way I can work this through is to just come down here and say show title. So we can create a title. Actually, I already have a title set up, actually. Sales performance dashboard. If you don't, when you click on show dashboard title, this is something that we can update. If this is not something you want, you can just you can change it, right? And then you put whatever name you wanna you wanna use, and then when you are done, select everything and then you center. Very important. You can change the coloring and put whichever color you want to give your title. The size you can do so. The font, if you want to use Tableau bold, if you want to symbol, whichever font you feel like you just make use of, right? And so I'm good with this. I keep this sales performance dashboard. I'm fine with that. And the next thing that you want to do is to create 3 different components. So let me make this a little bit bigger. So it's to create 3 different components, right? My first component will be to come with a vertical and put it right here, right? Okay, and then the second component, another vertical. I can put in the middle. So I have 3 different components. Since my dashboard is made of 9 components, so I have created 3 different components. Afterward, I come up with my first visual that I want to actually use, right? So yeah, I kind of feel like this one just gets messed up. Okay, so let me just make it bigger so we have something much more better. Now this, let me make it floating to avoid any, actually I will just get rid of it. I'm not interested on it. So I can make it floating if I want to, right? If I want to use it, but I actually don't want to use it. Okay, I do not, so I can just get rid of it. Now the second one on sales, put sales right inside here. That's our second component. And then the third component, and again we have this furniture and so on. We can make it floating, maybe put it somewhere inside, I don't know. And then the third component is orders. So we use our orders. We have our orders. Okay, let's put it somewhere here in the middle. Great. So have it here at the center. Again, we have this right here, the ship mode. We can make it floating, take it out, and then put it aside, right? Yeah, so that's the first 3 that we have here. They look good, right? Except from our donut chart that kind of is too much bigger. I think we should have made it much smaller in size to be able to fit right in here. Great. The next thing we want to do here is to use our KPI. So our first KPI, I can put it here. We don't need the title of the KPI. Again, this is smaller. We can make it bigger it is up to us, right? So you can make it smaller or bigger, it depends. Now I don't need the title for this dashboard. I mean, sorry, the KPI, so I can just remove the title here, right? And then we pick the second one. Just put it right here. Again, I don't need the title, the one that says KPI 2. So I just get rid of it, and then the third component here, my third, and then again, get rid of the title. So here, there you have it. You have all these three components. Again, let me make this smaller. Okay, squeeze this one back in. All right, cool, great. Now my next move will be to come up with these three. Okay, the last three components right here. So I'm gonna use profit. um, I'm gonna use calculation. Do I even need this? Anyway, let's skip it. I'm gonna use profit bin, and then the last component, sales by segment. Okay, cool. So I have these three component here. This is much bigger, so we can make it yeah, can make some more space here to have it. All right, cool. Now these metrics, right, I want to have them hidden. Okay, I don't want to okay, where is the third one? Is right here. Move it here. Okay, great. Now um the next thing that I want to do here, right, is just wait a second here, let me see. Okay, cool. So here's what I want to do, right? I want to hide this, right? I don't want to have, my slider, shown here, everything right here, it's not cool. Anyway, it's kind of interactive. When you click on technology, it's going to highlight everywhere we have technology. And then when we have, I don't know, first class, second class, third class, and so on, it's going to show up, right? When you have office supply, it's going to show you office supply. But this is not what I want, right? The slider, I want to hide it so that whenever I feel like using it, I can make use of it. And to do so, what we need to do, the first thing we need to do here is to come down here and then make it floating, right? That's the first thing. Second, then we squeeze, let's move it to the left side. So I want to use show hide button. So you come down here, you click right here, and then you say you want to use hide show button. Now I have my show hide button here. I can make it, move it at the top. So what I'm trying to do here is to hide my slider. I don't want to have it shown, and to do so you just have to press on shift if you are using I mean option if you are using Mac, and then if you are using Windows you can click on shift. So you click on shift and then you click on here, and then it is, you see we don't have the slider anymore, right? We've hidden our slider, so at any time that we want to use the slider, you just click on this one, control, and then it shows up. If you don't want to use it, just hide it, right? So yeah, so we are actually done with this one. So it's hidden here, so at any time that you want to use it, and then when you come down here you can edit, and when you edit you have different stuff that right here that you can show, you can hide. Is up to you. So if let's say you just want to show the orders, whichever metric that you want to use as a slider, you just choose it and you click here, and then that's it. That's the one that is going to show. So it is up to you to see what kind of metric you are trying to use for a slider. So you can choose whichever one you want to use right here. Okay, so let's move the slider kind of left side. See, that's how it looks actually. Now the next thing you want to do is to adjust all of that, right? We want to adjust like everything. Clearly you can see this one, the height is kind of height is kind of bigger than the other one. So to do so we can kind of reduce, right, the height here by simply adjusting this right here. See that we can readjust this. Great. And if it's not much, and if it's not enough, we can do so again. Great. So clearly you can see it looks much better, right? Great. So that's the first thing that we can do. The next thing that we want to do here is when you have the dashboard build up here, right? You want to work on the background color, how you want your dashboard to look. Because right now everything looks not bad, but again, you can work on it. And then if you want to work on the background, the coloring and everything, you want to go here, layout. Click on layout. The layout is going to show you actually the different components. So when you come down here, at the bottom left, item hierarchy is going to show you how your dashboard was built. So it shows here show height, right? That's the first button we have here on the top left, right? And then the next one it shows here is the vertical. So when you click on it, you see we have calculation. That's what we have actually inside our dashboard. And then we have the title, right? The title is right here. And then when you click on it, it's going to show you another company. We have a horizontal, and when you click on it, you have another vertical. When you click on it, and then you have sales performance, horizontal, and so on. So you have different components actually how the dashboard was built. Now here's what I'm trying to do here. Very simple, right? Let's have this click on the title. The title is actually, when you see the title is actually inside, because the first component that I used before the title was the background, right? I created a horizontal here, which is actually the background. Now when you click on the title here, you can change the color. Now it depends on maybe your company's logo, or maybe you have a very type of coloring that you use, or maybe you want to use the color of the different visual that you have. It depends again, right? So if you feel like using this color, you can change it and you have something like that. If you want to use this, again, it depends, right? Maybe definitely every organization has its own standard. So it depends on the standard that your organization is actually using, and based on that you make choices of different color. I think this one looks great, right? So I will keep this I will keep this one right here. And you can change a lot of stuff. The opacity, right? You can change the opacity if you think is too much or too less. It is up to you again, right? You can work on the opacity. You can have it 100%. You can have it whichever way you feel like, right? So you can keep on changing and again changing. You can make a different coloring by using the background, the item hierarchy. I keep it that way. Now when you look at the dashboard, it's not well organized, right? When you look at this line here, it's not in line with the one at the bottom and so on. So we can work on that and make it much better. And to do so is very simple, right? We can just move this one here maybe closer to this, right? Great, you see. So we have these two that are already on in line. Then we move this one right here, you see. So we have this line, the first line at the left side, which looks great. We do the same as well here. Cool. And then the third one down here at the bottom, we can squeeze it. Great. So that's the first view of the dashboard. I think it looks better, right? And you can keep on doing that. You can keep on working on the dashboard. There's a lot of stuff actually you can do, right? You can change the size, the inner size, if you want to readjust the inner size of it. When you click on this right here, you see over here, you can change the background color. When you click on this, if you don't like the color, like if you want to do it for each segment of the dashboard, if you want to change the color, you can do so, right, by changing the coloring here. Again, the size, the border, you can change the border, you can change the outer padding, right? Inner and outer. If 4 is not enough, you can put it like, let's say 8, and that's how it's going to work on it, right? You can change it to 0. That's how it looks. You can put 4 back. So again, you can do a lot of stuff, right? And yeah, and you can keep on going and again and again and again. So I don't want this video to kind of to be too long, because when it's too long, it definitely is no more insightful and people don't really pay attention anymore. So I will just stop here. It's just to tell you there is a lot of stuff actually that you can do with your dashboard. There's a lot of different companies. Tableau actually, Tableau offer a lot of tools, a lot of good stuff actually that you can use to make your dashboard really interactive, good looking and so on. There is a lot of stuff that you can use out here. We cannot finish talking about them. And the layout as well, right? When you come down here to the dashboard, you can look at the preview. That's my first preview. Now the preview can change, right? Over here you can look at how your how the dashboard will look if you were to use a phone, computer, it can be a desktop, a tablet, a Samsung as opposed to iPhone, as opposed to any other phone. So you can have this preview right here. So over here, this right here is actually a device type. So you can change your device type. This is the default, right? The one we have here is the default. So if you want to look at, say, desktop, that's how my dashboard will look, on a desktop, you see. Now, if you want to change this desktop, this is generic desktop monitor, right? You can change it. iPad, that's how, the dashboard we come up on any iPad, right? Another one again, medium desktop monitor, okay, large desktop, that's how it will look. Genetic desktop monitor, and again, and we can keep on going, right? We can change the model here. Tablet, that's how it will look on tablet. I think it looks great, right? That's exactly how it look if you were to use a tablet. Again, you can change. We have different kind of tablet. You have iPad mini, iPad 3.4, 10.2, and so on. You keep on changing. This is Nexus, right? Samsung Galaxy, Fire HD, generic tablet, and so on. So there is a lot of stuff out here that you change it. And again, if you don't want to use tablet, you can come up to a phone. That's how it will look if you were to use a phone, right? So you can readjust it. This is just to show you, a lot of stuff that cool stuff that you can use in Tableau, right? I don't wanna. Okay, this is how it looks here. That's my default, right? So again, you can keep on changing to look at how your dashboard would come up if you were to use different devices. And if it doesn't fit well, you readjust, right? If it does fit well, you just keep it that way. But if it doesn't, you just change it and you keep on doing that until it fits. Yeah, so that's just what I have for you for today. Let's keep this video shorter, right? I think I'm talking too much, and yeah, see you next time. Thank you for watching this video. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.